I'd like to call the Board of Works to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Nina, please do the roll call.
Mayor Lynch?
Here.
Member Collins? Member Lewis?
Here.
Member Johnson?
Here.
Member Williams?
Here.
We have the approval of minutes from March 8th.
And I would just request that those be tabled till next week, or 2 weeks from now.
We'll need a motion to table.
Make a motion, we table the minutes for March 8th.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We have no unfinished business. New business, we will be opening the bids for the 2022 crack ceiling project.
Good morning, Madam Mayor, members.
Good morning.
Looks like we've received 3 quotes for 2022 crack ceiling. The first quote is from Russell Standard Corporation, 171 7th Avenue, Valencia, Pennsylvania. And their quote is in the amount of $59,502. That's 59502. The second quote is from National Industrial Maintenance Incorporated, 4530 Bering Avenue, East Chicago, Indiana. And their quote is in the amount of $68,364. That's 68364. Third quote is from Pavement Solutions, Inc., 1308 Locust Street, Middletown, Indiana. Their quote is in the amount of $63,300. That's 63300. Madam Chairman, at this time, staff would recommend taking these quotes under advisement to allow staff and legal counsel the opportunity to review, and we will be back here in the next couple of weeks with the recommendation.
I'll make that motion. It's recommended by Mr. Monroe that the Board of Works take these three quotes, bids under advisement, give the legal department and community development department time to review.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion by Scott, seconded by Jamie. Are there any questions? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
I am looking for my Dropbox again. Okay, we have a tag day request from Chiefs Baseball. Is anyone here from Chiefs Baseball? If not, Nina, what was the date of their event?
They had two, well, they kind of had two, because they wanted, it was Chiefs Baseball and also the Portage Calrican Babe Ruth League. Both were March 22nd at 10:30.
That's today.
Well, I think the tag
Right,
day
that is today, so I'm guessing.
I have it as,
April 16th.
yeah, April 16th is the request.
Yes, I saw this wrong day.
So is that two
It's
different
April.
requests? They're gonna do the same tag day? I see
No,
there's,
they want April 16th and May 14th.
okay.
So one is for Chiefs on the 16th and one is for Portage Cal Ripken / Babe Ruth on May 14th.
I would suggest that we do those separately.
Well, they are.
They're separate.
Yeah, we
Okay.
need separate motions.
Okay.
I'll need a motion for the Chiefs baseball. If no one's here, do we I mean, since it's the next month, do we want to approve that?
I don't have a problem with it. I make a motion that we approve the Chiefs baseball request for Tag Day on April 16th. We need to make sure that they're aware of the intersections and what the protocol is for that day. Is that something the parks could do, could reach out to Matt Ramian and let him be aware of the intersections and the protocol?
And it's on the form, on the information you're given.
I second that motion.
We have a motion by Scott, seconded by Joetta. Is there any further discussion, questions? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. We have the Portage Cal Ripken Babe Ruth League Tag Day request.
I'll make a motion that we approve the Portage Cal Ripken / Babe Ruth Tag Day request for May 14th.
I second that motion.
We have a motion by Scott, seconded by Joetta. Is there any further discussion, questions? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We have a solicitor permit for the Weed Man. Is someone here representing the Weed Man? Are you the Weed Man?
Well, that would be a funny conversation.
Which kind of weed are you talking about?
Oh, boy.
So, the police department can't give a positive recommendation at this point for this solicitation permit. Captain Harmon verifies all background checks and the inconsistencies within the background checks they offered us. They're inaccurate. Date of births aren't correct. There's several issues. So, at this point, the police department can have a favorable recommendation.
Okay, thank you.
Make a motion that we deny the solicitor permit request for Weedman.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Will someone be reaching out to them to let them know? Do they come to you, Nina? Will you let them know that they were denied their request? Is he operating in the city right now?
Not that we're aware of.
I've gotten mailings from him, but I haven't.
I recall him coming before this board in the past, and I'm now seeing an address that I do not recognize with their base, so they may have moved their location.
Okay.
My mistake. But what I can say for this particular instance is that the names, dates of birth, and things do not track on background checks they supply to the police department.
Okay. So we have a motion and a second. If there are no further questions, all in favor to deny the solicitor permit request for Weedman? Signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We have bulk item appeals.
Yeah, one.
Okay. Good morning, dear.
Morning,
Well,
Darrell.
so that's another thing. Right, 1979 driftwood, there was a mattress left out. Apparently it was left out by a neighbor who left the state for vacation or whatever, so we'd like to have it reversed. Because the way for the mattress is, it's in between properties, so we basically got the wrong address. We'd like to seek a reversal.
Okay.
Okay. That's it.
I'll make a motion that we reverse the bulk item charge for the, what was the address?
1979 driftwood.
1979.
I second that motion.
We have a motion by Jamie, seconded by Joetta. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We have the claims. Did everybody get a chance to look at the claims?
Yes.
There was one thing I noticed, and I'm probably not gonna shock anybody, but look at the price, the amount we pay for fuel. We're about $12,000 a month more than we were a year ago. And that, like I said, doesn't surprise anybody, but if we add that, that's about 25%. It's probably not gonna go down anytime soon, so I don't know what we can do, but budgetary wise, the council's gonna probably have to figure out some way to allocate some more money for fuel. 'Cause that's a big number.
Is that more runs, or is that just the cost of fuel going up, or?
I would imagine it's a little low. I mean, we're busier and plus the fuel is.
More expensive. Yeah, I'm not saying.
It's probably close to 25% higher.
Yeah.
So,
Do you use mostly diesel, Randy?
yeah.
And I saw diesel was like almost $6 a gallon.
Maybe you guys could just coast. Don't coast that way.
All calls down.
Yeah. It just struck me that number, and like I said, I don't know if maybe in the summer we don't use as much in the street department. But like Stephanie and I were talking about, really the plows are out a small number of days when you really look at how many snow days we really get. But I guess my thing's probably more than the city council. I think I'd be looking for how you're gonna pump up the money on that.
Yeah.
Good point.
Thanks for bringing that up, Jamie. I know that, even like the street department, though, they pick up trash.
Yep. Yeah, I really don't think it's gonna be something that's gonna be easy to just cut your way out of. Like I said, I really do think we're gonna have to figure out how we're gonna spend more money on that requirement.
And I know we have a WEX card, but Nina, do we shop for fuel, or can we bid out fuel or
The
anything?
Wex card you can use at any most gas stations.
Oh, okay. So they can go anywhere.
The Wex card is just, it's a vetted credit card company by the state.
Okay, thank you. Okay, is there any discussion on the claims? If not, I'll entertain a motion. We do have a motion and a second.
Do we?
I haven't heard one.
I'll make a motion, we approve the claims in the amount of $273,557.04.
I second.
We have a motion by Jamie, seconded by Stephanie. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We have major illness claims.
Yes, Madam Mayor. So I've reviewed a voluminous stack, and there are 7 MIs that I've signed off on and 1 COVID leave request that I have signed off on, and I would recommend that the board approve those.
I make a motion that we approve the 7 MI major illness claims and the 1 COVID leave claim that has been reviewed by our legal department.
I second the motion.
We have a motion by Scott, seconded by Joetta. Is there any further discussion? Any questions? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Is there any other business to come before this board? Hi, Sean.
Hi there. Thank you. Good morning, by the way.
You left some papers there.
Oh, well, thanks. So I'm here in reference to 2 grievances, 2107-002 and then 2107-003. Both of these grievances were read in front of the Board of Works. Both of them were supposed to be settled, and the members still have not received payment. So I was wondering or inquiring where we're at with this. I just got to have some communication here, whether to take it to arbitration or what I got to do. I've got documentation and, talked to Dan several times on this, and I was told it was settled. We're good to go. You guys voted that the members would be paid. We're still seeking payment, and it's been a year and 3 months.
What grievance is it?
I think, are you talking about the overtime?
The overtime, so
December?
I said the grievance numbers, but basically it's the overtime for well, between John Beck and Ashley Dietz, it was Christmas of, not last year, the year
20.
before,
And
20.
that was paid. And Dan, actually, I forwarded you an email from Carrie.
Well, it wasn't, you told me you were gonna give me, at the time of the
I just
Board of
sent it to
Works
Dan.
meeting, you told me you were gonna give me documentation that said that you paid them, and I never received any documentation.
I don't. So, all right, so if memory serves, the Board of Works approved those grievances separately. I think Nina, at least for the first one, you were thinking you paid that.
They were John and.
Right, so there was a group that was paid. John Beck and Ashley Dietz, there was discrepancy in their payment. It was, we thought it was short. And checking with both members, they said we have no documentation that we've been paid and we still feel as if we're short. Nina told me at the meeting that she would provide me, you know, with a check stub or documentation that they got paid, and that would have settled it. But I still haven't received that, so the union still is saying we need the shortage for the members. And the other grievance, which is the 003, came light because the guys were working, or the members were working New Year's of 2021. I brought it to the board. The board said that they were going to pay it, and we still haven't received settlement.
So I want to make sure I understand your request, Sean. One option is to provide documentation that these grievances have been paid in full. Is that true?
The first
And if-
one, yes, Scott. So initially there was 3 grievances altogether. The first one was settled, is when the guys, the members worked over Christmas. We did settle that and they got payment, but there was 2 members that were shorted a couple hours. So I was seeking settlement for that. I was told it was going to be taken care of, or I would see documentation saying they got paid. I never received any documentation. The second, well actually, so now we're moving to the third grievance, which was for the members that worked between New Year's. Okay, I brought it to the board. We made our discussion, and I was under the understanding it was going to get paid, and
So Nina, you just sent me something. Is this the pay? Is that what it is? So I'm going to forward to you right now.
Okay.
What she just sent me. So take a look at that. Because Nina, I haven't had a chance to look through this, but you think this shows that they were paid on both grievances?
Yep, that's what Carrie gave him.
All right, so I'm going to send this to you, Sean, right now.
Okay, well, it may take some time to review it.
Yeah.
Because I got to talk to the members, Dan, you know, I don't.
If you would take a look at it, go through it with the members, let me know if you have questions, so that when we get to our next Board of Works meeting here, we have it sort of the meeting of the minds.
Can I be open real quick? Has anybody gotten paid?
No, we're still waiting for 8.5 hours.
You got paid the one time you were short, and everybody else, have you been paid?
No.
There you have it.
So-
The check and shows adjustment and it's not there.
So I haven't looked at these because I just got
Okay.
it. I just sent them to you. Take a look at them. Go through with your members. Get back to me. Nina and I will take a look at it if there's questions. But by the time we get back to the Board of Works meeting, I want at least both sides of this to have a meeting of the minds.
I just
That's-
kind of boggled why it hasn't been settled. I mean, you know, it come before the board to settle it. You guys agreed in good faith, and this has been 15 months.
Too long.
Yeah. All right, we'll be in touch.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sean.
Nina, could you provide the board with documentation that this has been paid so that the board members have copies of that, please?
So,
Is this documentation from both today?
right, so the documentation that you just sent, Nina, is that saying that all 3 of those grievances that Sean presented, they've been paid, or just 1 or 2?
I have from the New Year's and Christmas pay.
So it was the
That's what should
24th,
be-
25th, and the 30th, 29th, 30th. I think those were the
So,
dates.
without looking at my notes, the very first grievance for the Christmas was just gonna call it the Christmas grievance.
That's been.
That was paid, but during that grievance, there was 2 members that were a couple hours short. And we're talking maybe $200 is what they're still owed, maybe even less than that, I'd have to look at my notes. So that kind of piggybacked on the first grievance.
Okay.
The third grievance, we'll say it that way, was the New Year's grievance. And that consisted of about 8 members.
So what the board did.
And that one has not been paid.
Just to refresh, so what the board did was, Sean's correct in the sense that he brought forth the first grievance. We had our Board of Works
Yes.
hearing. The Board of Works voted to pay them in large part because the street superintendent thought it was better too. If you need somebody out in a snowstorm, you kind of want them to come out off of vacation. There were 2 people off that list, so when they came back for the second grievance, we advised the board of the 2 additional people that he wished to have included in that first grievance. The board voted to waive the timeliness of that and add those 2 people and pay them. And then the board on the second, what Sean is referring to as the third grievance, voted, because it was similar fact pattern, to approve payment. So the board's done.
Correct.
The issue is that Nina's indicated that her records showed that they were paid. So I think it's just down to that, right? So
Sure.
take a look at it and
Right.
let me know what you think.
Right, and just for the record, the employees are indicating to me they have not been paid. So until everybody's on the same page, it won't go away.
And we were on vacation this year too, but we did show up to do our job.
Right.
That's all I have, unless there's any more questions for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
Dan, I would just like the board to have documentation of all of that. When did we approve that? Was it paid? If there's some kind of copy that we can have that shows that it's been paid, if we approved it.
So Nina, though, when you sent me a little bit ago, I haven't looked at it, but will that address the board seeing that they were paid? You want me just to forward
I'll
that?
double check, that's what I got from payroll, so.
Okay. So I'm gonna forward to you guys, if Nina hasn't already, what she sent me with the paychecks. I mean, I'm not sure that's gonna, because I think there was some paychecks and then there was a next paycheck and there was some correction or some offset. I don't know about that, but that's what we gotta figure out here.
Yeah, I think, Dan, the issue is we have to, whatever we approved as a board, in terms of payment that was due these employees, the actual payroll documentation needs to match that, what we approved.
So Sean, could I ask you a question? So if I as an employee was underpaid and I filed a grievance and I got paid, is there something special on that check that I would, as an employee, see that said I was compensated for that?
I'd have to ask the employees.
I mean, so if Nina says it's paid, but you're saying it's not, I guess I don't.
Absolutely, I understand the question, ma'am.
I showed up one time on my paycheck for the first one is $130, where they claimed they overpaid me by 4 hours. And I never seen where they overpaid me, nor did anybody else. And then they said they paid that 4 hours back, and I never seen it on my check. It showed right up on my stub, grievance pay.
Oh, it does indicate.
It does say that?
We added that, we added the grievance pay
It
line.
shows $130, so the rest of it, if it got paid, it went to somebody else.
Right, and you're still owed $57.87.
There didn't used to be a grievance
That-
line item, we created that.
Okay.
That's good.
So that's like right on their check stub, so it shows it.
But I mean, but it wasn't, I mean, I would have to go back and just check stuff to see when it was added, it wasn't, you know, that was the first time, and it was like, I'm like,
No,
well,
you're right.
add this,
You're
Carrie,
absolutely right.
just so we can track it.
Okay.
So I'm assuming with the pay stub, so to double check on that, the grievances will be indicated on the check stub. So if I have guys saying, hey, I never received, money under grievance settlement, so I'm assuming I'm still not paid, right?
They could have gotten it though before we created that line item.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm trying to, she just created that line item, so maybe it was on there and you didn't see it on there as grievance.
Right.
So,
Well, I'll double check with the members and,
okay,
you know, because they all agree that the first grievance they got paid. And the second grievance, they haven't received any money.
And just to let you know, this day, that grievance line was gone. Grievance pay line was gone off and stuff.
well, if you didn't get any grievance pay, it probably wouldn't have been on there, right?
Right.
Okay,
Yeah, it does not list the grievance pay on my check stub from last week.
okay. So we've got 2
Why would
weeks
you have
before the
one?
next Board of Works, let's
Why
hope
would
it
you have
gets.
grievance pay less pay?
Yeah, I guess that, my question is, did you, like, let's talk about the check before that. Was there a line that said grievance pay?
Yeah,
It was
when I
blank?
got the $130, there was a line that said grievance pay $130, and it stayed that way for several pays, and now it's gone, it's not even.
Like, are you talking about like a year-to-date, kind of?
It might be, I don't know, that
It's
might be.
probably-
So what John's saying is that $130, that's what he was
Yeah.
paid, but
Yeah.
and I'm glad it was under, because that was the first one too, so it was labeled grievance pay. That was the very first grievance. But in his case, our discrepancy is, we still believe that he's owed $57. That falls on the second grievance.
Okay. So the first grievance was the $137.
Correct.
Or something, some odd dollar.
Right, we were claiming it was 188 without looking at my sheet, but we
Okay.
were claiming it was more, and it came back at 157, so I filed another grievance saying there were $57.
And that said grievance pay on the check
Yeah,
stub.
that's what he stated.
And so then the other grievance, after that, you were waiting on, you have not received it.
Yeah, and the members have indicated to me that they still have not been paid.
So maybe the next, so why don't you guys, I'm sorry with that. So maybe you guys look at the pay stubs, go through it, try to see what questions you've got. Maybe Nina, from your side of it, you've sent the pay stubs, maybe you can just give a brief explanation that I can forward to the board as to how you calculate those were paid, so that I can go back and compare. Because
Well,
maybe it's.
it won't take me long to get the list, because on the second grievance, I got half the guys in here now, and they're all indicating they have not got the special grievance pay under the line.
Okay.
First one, we're good.
First one were good, it was the second one we didn't get paid for.
Okay. Thank
So,
you,
Nina,
Sean.
do you think in advance of the next meeting, you can just give us a, because I think you looked at it before, so maybe you can, we'll just go from there.
We good?
Good.
Am I okay to leave now?
No, you gotta stay.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
I get back to work.
Is there any other business to come before this board? Yes, Amy, we know what your business is.
Yeah, I submitted the form, I'm not sure if you guys got it or not. So on next Monday, which is March 28th at Founders Square, the pastors of Portage are wanting to have a public prayer for Ukraine. And so we'll be at Founders Square starting at 6. It'll go maybe 40 minutes, something like that. So it's a collective thing from all the pastors of Portage. So there are a few things we need to work out. So I actually have contacted Leo Hatch and seeing if we could use Peachtree for parking, because we're having issues with parking due to construction, different things like that. So I went last week to Hobart, and if you guys have ever been to their park, they park across the street, and what happens is police, of course, help them across the street. So if we could possibly, I'm still waiting for approval. I've reached out to Leo twice. I'm gonna go there today. Excuse me. I'm gonna go there today and talk with him. If it would be approved, if we could have like maybe a police standing in the middle of Central Avenue. I'm not saying that there's gonna be thousands of people. I don't know, we're not sure how many people we're gonna have. And I know parking down at Founders is limited as of now, so we need some place for them to go.
I would say that conversation is not for the Board of Works, that conversation is between our two departments.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to evaluate how many people we have on the schedule that day,
Okay.
whether we're gonna have to pay overtime to get that done, so that's a conversation.
That's no problem.
Outside this.
Okay.
Amy, you said the date was March 26th?
March
No, Monday.
28th, it's on a
March
Monday.
28th.
It's Monday at 6 o'clock at Founders.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there anything else, Amy?
We need a motion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I make a motion that we allow the prayer service in Ukraine on Monday at 6 p.m.
Okay.
Provided you work out something.
A second.
We have a motion by Jamie, seconded by Joetta. Is there any other discussion? I think, Amy, there was one other thing, that if the weather is inclement and,
Yes.
you know, it's raining or something, this event will still happen. It will be moved down to City Point Church. So,
It's like just in case rain / snow date, you know, we never know.
and if people have to park too far away and they have difficulty walking, the church is going to bring one of their buses in so they can bring people down to Founders Square.
If that is kind of an option, if we wanted them to park maybe down by the old Little League field, don't know if that parking is open or like kind of there, maybe for handicapped people. Pastor Mike Hendon said that we could use one of the vans and that they would shuttle people down if that's something that would be okay.
Are there any other questions? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Hope you have good weather, Amy. Is there any other business to come before this board? If not, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I will make a motion to adjourn.
A second.
We have a motion by Scott, seconded by Joette. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you, board members.